story begins in a quiet roadside diner where two people sit at a booth watching the news. The anchor reports about a serial killer named Mangler, whose brutal murders have shaken the country. Just then, a man named Charlie walks in. The waitress, Anna, comes over with a friendly smile to take his order, but Charlie asks her to sit down with him instead. Anna refuses politely, reminding him that she doesn't know him. Anna finds this odd, shrugs it off, serves his coffee, and moves on to other customers. Around the diner, a few addicts hang out, scruffy and restless. They tease Anna, calling her Mom, because she's older and caring. One of them suddenly recognizes her, saying, "You used to babysit my sister." Anna nods awkwardly and continues her work while Charlie keeps staring at her. Later that evening, Anna finishes her shift, steps outside, and sees Charlie leaning against a truck nearby. He offers her a cigarette and asks her out on a date. Anna declines both. Charlie insists they could just chat, but Anna keeps walking. When he continues to follow her, she takes out pepper spray and warns him to stop. Charlie claims he's only heading to his pickup. When she tells him to go ahead, he suddenly pulls a gun, points it at her, and says coldly, "Come with me." Terrified, Anna pleads, "Please, I have a little girl." But he forces her into the truck. Inside, he asks, "Could you ever see yourself with a guy like me?" Trying to calm him down, Anna nervously plays along. "Yes," she says. "This day's been awful, but maybe tomorrow we could have dinner somewhere." Charlie smirks and asks what she'd wear. She describes a red dress, improvising to stay alive. Suddenly, without warning, Charlie stabs her. But in the next instant, he's thrown back in time. Suddenly, he's back at the diner's entrance, standing exactly where he first came in. Anna is alive. Bewildered, Charlie watches everything unfold the same way again. The same customers, the same addicts, the same atmosphere. He sits at his old spot. When Anna takes his order again, he asks what day it is and if she remembers him. She replies blankly, "Have we met?" Charlie, visibly disturbed, remains quiet. Nearby sits a man named David. Something about him feels eerily familiar. Charlie tries talking to him, but David doesn't respond, like he doesn't see him at all. Confused and frustrated, Charlie goes back to his seat. As before, after her shift, Anna leaves the diner. Charlie follows her yet again. He repeats his interaction, pulls the gun again and kills her, and once more the world resets. Furious, Charlie screams at the others, "You're all messing with me." But they stare back blankly. Desperate, he orders Anna to lift her top to prove she was stabbed before. When another customer, Sam, intervenes, Charlie threatens him with his gun. Anna lifts her shirt, no wound. In shock, Charlie doesn't understand how that can be. Sam suddenly shoots him and Charlie collapses, but instantly he's back in the same moment again. "You shot me!" he screams at Sam when the reset hits. He storms out of the diner, jumps in his truck to drive away, but when he blinks, he's back inside the diner. His escape fails every time. He's trapped in a time loop. Driven insane, he shoots Sam and walks out, only to reappear right back inside again. He realizes there's no escape. The next loop, he sits quietly, pretending nothing's wrong. He tries being nice to Anna. Later, he approaches David and mutters, "I don't know who you are yet, but if you were in my shoes, stuck in this loop, what would you do?" David, expressionless, says nothing. Charlie starts interacting with others, standing in front of a young girl near the restroom, blocking her path, sitting at a couple's table, pulling out his gun, and taunting them. "Your wife sent me to kill you," he jokes. The terrified couple stares until he laughs and says, "Relax, I'm kidding." Next, he tries chatting with two nurses seated nearby. They leave in discomfort. In the next cycle, Charlie murders one of them in the restroom before she even emerges. But still, the loop doesn't end. Frustrated, he hides the body in a cart, but a worker catches him, asking, "Hey, that's my cart." Charlie drags the man outside and shoots him too, dumping his body in the trash. When the other nurse wonders where her friend went, Charlie offers to help look by his pickup, but she wisely refuses. Inside, Charlie joins Sam and Gary for drinks, ordering them another round. Anna scolds, "This isn't a bar. That's your last round." Just then, the surviving nurse bursts in shouting, "Sophie's missing, and this man was outside." Everyone turns toward Charlie. He smirks and slashes the throat of the woman from the cheating couple, saying coldly, What you're doing is a sin. Then he kills her lover too, taunts the rest of the customers, and raises his weapon. I could shoot you all, but where's the fun in that? But before he fires, the diner's cook sneaks behind him and kills him. Next cycle, a reset. Charlie awakens back in the diner. He talks again to David, laughing manically. If you're God, think about this. You toss a shark into a tank of guppies. What do you expect? Then he begins another spree of violence. Sometimes he kills everyone. Sometimes the cook kills him. The loops continue endlessly. Charlie's once addictive thrill of murder becomes exhaustion. He knows every line Anna says by memory. Bored, he demands eggs and bacon, though it's not breakfast. I know there are eggs in the fridge, he yells. He even brings them to the cook himself. The cook calmly says, "Go sit down." Charlie attacks him but is overpowered. He convinces himself the cook is some secret agent guarding the loop and decides maybe killing him will break it. Each time he tries, the cook wins until Charlie finally shoots him, cooks the eggs, eats them, then shoots himself. But again, the world resets. This time, Charlie notices an old man seated at the counter. He rushes toward him, demanding answers, but the man vanishes. Broken and hopeless, Charlie cries out. When Anna calls the police, they drag him out. But almost instantly, he's back inside again. Now defeated, Charlie sits muttering, "I don't know." David finally reacts, saying, "You don't know what? You disappoint me. I thought you were the real one." He mocks Charlie, naming infamous serial killers, Bundy, Dahmer, Ed Gein, asking what they would do in his place. "What would your father do?" David sneers. Enraged, Charlie shouts, "Don't talk about my father," and pleads, "What do I do?" David replies calmly, "You'll have to see." Charlie insists, "I killed all of them." David says, "But here they still are." Desperate, Charlie says, "So what do you want? If I clear them all out neatly, will that free me?" In the next cycle, he kills everyone in the diner systematically, one by one. Only Anna remains. As the new waitress arrives for the next shift, Charlie kills her too. He tells Anna tearfully, "This is how it's supposed to be. I can't die, can't sleep, but I figured it out. And you're my last." He stabs her once again. The loop resets. Charlie sobs, realizing he is completely trapped. Sitting outside in his truck, he breaks down crying. When the loop restarts again, he sees a priest sitting at the counter. Charlie approaches him. The priest asks quietly, "What have you learned?" Charlie says, "I just want to go home." The priest asks, "Then why are you here?" Charlie replies weakly, "I don't know." And the priest answers, "Yes, you do." He explains that Charlie is here seeking salvation. When Charlie admits, "I've done terrible things," the priest quotes scripture and tells him, "You still have the power to choose your path." Tearfully, Charlie whispers, "I want to be free. I want forgiveness." The priest smiles. "Then start over." In the next loop, Charlie truly changes. He sits in a different seat. When the addicts approach the diner, he brandishes his gun and warns them away, protecting the customers. He gently asks a young girl outside if she needs a ride home. She thanks him and leaves safely. Inside, he politely takes his order from Anna, who now finds him calm and kind. He thanks the nurses for their service, then tells the unfaithful couple a heartfelt story about his parents. How his father was violent and cheated on his mother, and how she took her pain out on her children. "People see more than you think," he says softly. "Even the kids do." This time, David is gone. Charlie eats quietly, smiling and laughing over beer with Sam and Gary. When the shift ends, Anna comes outside and asks him for a cigarette this time. They sit under the night sky, and she talks lovingly about her daughter, who knows all the constellations. She seems at peace with him. Charlie walks her to her car, and when she notices his pickup, she asks, "Is that yours?" He nods shyly. Anna smiles and kisses him. They sit together inside the truck. Charlie gently leaves his gun outside. Nervous but touched, he asks softly, "Why me?" Anna just leans in and kisses him again. But suddenly, in a tragic reflex, Charlie stabs her once more. This time, however, the loop doesn't restart. Instead, the scene changes completely. We're inside a high-tech therapeutic facility, where scientists and psychiatrists watch the entire diner scenario unfold on their monitors. Everything was a simulation, an artificial mental loop designed to rehabilitate Charlie. When he wakes up in the lab, disoriented, Charlie screams at them, demanding to know what happened to Anna. The doctors explain that Anna wasn't real, that she was a part of the simulation, a composite face his mind remembered. But Charlie accuses them of interfering, ranting that they pushed him, made him kill again. It's revealed that Charlie is actually a death row convict who volunteered for this behavioral experiment, believing he could prove he changed and win freedom. But his relapse inside the simulation proves otherwise. His violence remains. David, we learn, was another inmate inside the same mental test, while Anna, real name Amy, was actually a doctor participating alongside him. The head of the project explains during a press conference that the mind simulation program forces dangerous criminals to confront their crimes again and again, breaking them down until they rediscover humanity. But critics call it unethical, cruel, and unusual punishment. The experiment, they argue, destroys minds instead of saving them. Later that night, Charlie lies in the facility, shaken and unable to sleep. Amy, the doctor who played Anna, and in real life the daughter of the woman he murdered, enters his room. Softly, she gives him an injection, sending him back into the simulation. And as Charlie slips into unconsciousness once again, the time loop in the diner begins one more time, and the story ends there.